welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm the Handicapped Traveler. Some of the things you'll see us doing is going to parks, museums, zoos, possibly some flea markets, just going on some adventures together. And you will find out from a handicapped person's perspective how easy or hard it is at the place we are. Usually I'll have the rollator, also known as a four-wheeled walker. A lot of times I'll have my gate belt on in case my wife has to grab me. Sometimes I'll just use a standard cane, and other times I will be in a wheelchair, like when we go to zoos, because there's no way I can get around a whole zoo without being in a wheelchair. So I look forward to going on some adventures with you all. I hope you enjoy going with me. And if you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe so you know when I will be doing another video. Thank you very much, and let's go on our adventure. Okay, folks, today we're at Hidden Valley Park. We're at the north entrance. There's also a south entrance. And we have never been to the north entrance of Hidden Valley Park before. This is 155 acres big. And as always, I show you the map. And there's no rules and regulations or Lake County Park maps, though, for you to see. But you've already seen them, so. But today we're exploring with you, because my wife is with me today, and as I said, we've never been to this part. And coming up on a sign here, Wetlands and Lake Metro Parks. And then I'll show you the wetlands. And as always, if you want to read that whole thing, you can pause it and read it. And here are the wetlands. Tons of cat and nine tails. And do you remember the things with the hay? Are those for ducks? Oh, yeah. They got duck nesting boxes in there. I don't see any ducks. And then there's also some bat boxes and a crabapple tree. Is it that crab apples? My wife might be correcting me. Okay. So, as you can see, and this is not as dried out as the swampy area up at Riverview Park, which is just up the road. This is on River Road, the north entrance. So, as I said though, this swamp is much bigger, and oh, what are, there's some purple flowers that I'm trying to get down to get you a better view of them. And I know I say this a lot. I'm not sure whether I got that for you all or not. And I'll see when I actually watch the video. Are these buttercups, honey? No. No, they are not. Well, do you have any idea what those yellow flowers are, hon? Nope. She doesn't know either. So, and, oh yeah, the bullfrogs are going. As I told you a couple places and I didn't hear them, I'm hearing them here. Oh, for sure. I don't know if you can hear them or not. And we have my Queen's Anne lace, and it's been raining off and on today, so if it starts raining, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab a Queen's Anne lace and use it for my umbrella. Different plants here than in some of the other places. And the lily pads, that's what they're called, right? Lily pads? Makes you think of the Frogger game. And and a frog just hopped in there. He was like, "Yeah, no, I see people. I'm out of here." Oh, and it's clearing up here. We don't have as many of the cat and nine tails, so you can actually get a look at the pond. And are those dragonflies? There's something flying over the pond. I don't know if it's dragonflies or what are the, oh, there's the bullfrog again. Skimmers. That there is a dragonfly. So if I try to get down here to get a good look at him, and he just flew by us and he's gone. I figured I'd scare him away. I personally think dragonflies are some of the prettiest insects there are. Oh, I don't know. It almost looks similar to this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So those yellow flowers that I showed you earlier are also growing in the actual pond. My wife is hanging on to me here. Yeah, there's
That's a widow skimmer.
a widow skimmer, my wife says. And there's a butterfly. So I'm not sure if I'm catching any of these insects for you, but we're getting a lot of the neat, oh wow, neat insects. And I have no idea what that thing is. Don't know why that's here, but it says reel in and recycle. Oh, yeah, that's, yes, please use that, fishermen. As I said, my wife is the fisher lady. I don't like fishing, so, but definitely use that type of thing, because we want to keep the wildlife safe. And this path, while it is a little stony, it isn't too bad. It's just hot today, but I can get the walker on here, and probably could do a wheelchair on this too pretty easy, don't you think? Yeah, so this is actually looking pretty good. Now, I'm not sure how long this trail is, so I have no idea whether we'll actually see the whole thing. And whether we'll get to the south entrance, I don't know either. But that actually goes along the Grand River. There's a trail along the Grand River there. There are some blooming lilies out there. Oh, there's one. Is that? No, it's not blooming. It just almost looked like it because it was the wet and the sun hitting it made it shimmer. And we're coming up to a little wooden bridge here, which this one I will go over. But as I was saying, the one in the south entrance goes along the river, and that's just 0.5 miles. That I read before we got up here. That trail is rough. I don't think I could even do it anymore. We don't really come to this park. Well, we didn't even know about the north entrance, which I wish we would have known about. I'm liking this.
That's beautiful. You can imagine it earlier in the day when the wildlife was.
Yeah. If we got here earlier, we probably would see more wildlife and stuff. Obviously, there's fish in that pond too. But yeah, I don't know. There's all kinds of flowers and trees, different trees than at the other parks. I'm excited, folks. This is really nice. And I'm sure you've already figured out from 2 of my other 3 videos that nature just, I get excited about it. Oh, here's some, do you have any idea what those are, honey?
No.
Those little white flowers?
See them everywhere. I don't know what they're called.
Well, anyhow, if y'all know what those flowers are, leave a comment. Because we see them everywhere, but we don't know what they are. And that looks like is that some blackberries, babe?
Like
wild black raspberries. And my wife won't snitch them while I have her on the film. Now that I'm away from her, she's going to snitch it and eat it. Hey, and I'm probably. She said it's good, just a little warm. So there's a little slope here, and as I've said before, I definitely feel the slopes. And it looks like we're coming to a little bit of a shaded area here, which might be nice, because my wife is really hot. I'm hot, and my wife is really hot. You can take that any way you want, because I always am telling her that. So, and oh, I should know what these are. Because at another park, I actually took a picture. Yeah. I should know what it is because I've taken a picture of it. Yes, I do. I have an app called Picture My Plant. My wife is going to try and get it for us. Sometimes if the internet service, the cell, whatever you call that, it's not internet, but Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, but anyhow, if I don't have as many bars, I can't get the pictures to tell me what it is. So we're going to try to find out what this plant is for you. Oh, I hear some birds. While we're trying to find out, I'm going to take a little break here.
Border privet.
Oh, never mind. Border privet. So that's what that is.
Insidious shrub native to Korea.
Oh, it's
Arrived in the United States sometime in 1800.
So apparently it arrived from North Korea in the U.S. sometime in the 1800s. And, oh yeah, it's nice and nice and shady and downhill now. we're, we're just going to have to make sure I don't take off, but I can use the brakes, and it's not that steep, so it's like a slight slope, so it's not too bad. But I mean, just take this in. See how pretty it is here? I don't know if y'all can hear the bird. And I'm not talking about myself either. It actually sounded, it's a sparrow, but it's still love seeing the birds. As I've said in other videos, my wife and I actually have gone places, stay overnight to go bird watching, and I hope sometime get the McGee Marsh area. I'm hoping that we can get out there and make a video of that. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of wildlife that was, huh? So we're coming up. I'm hoping this. I saw another trail, and I'm hoping it just kind of loops. Looks like another trail here too, but I'm gonna stay on the main one. And I do think that we're gonna take a little break here. And I'm gonna have my wife go up and show you this stone.
Martha F. Tyler, Lake County Metro Park Board, 1861 to 1971. In this grove we find the peace and nature that she sought for all. So, there was a woman who was on the Lake Metro Park Board for a long time.
Okay, so we're just gonna take a little break here. There's a bench, and Kathy's gonna sit on that. I'm sitting on my walker. We'll be back in a bit. Talk to you later. See you in a minute. Okay, we're back on our way here, and my wife was pointing out some currants, but they're all gone. I bet you the birds got them. Yeah, or deer. There probably is deer. There's another path that my wife was saying goes up and down the hill. Not down the hill, but through the woods, and there's a lot of roots, and it's not one that someone that's handicapped could go on, but if you're able-bodied, it probably would be fun. You probably see some definite wildlife on those ones. And there's a daddy longleg. And some of those wonderful gnats. We know how much I love gnats. Not. So, and they really are pests. And here we widens, even gets wider here, which is nice. And there is, I don't know if you can tell how slopey that is, but that is a major hill. And I tell you what, for Ohio, that's something else.
because I have plenty of jokes about people in northeastern Ohio calling things hills. I lived in Pittsburgh and western Pennsylvania for a good portion of my life, and believe me, there's hills there. They told me those are mountains, not hills. So, I guess it's all in wherever you come from. So, here's some downed trees, like at Riverview. But, yeah, it's very nice. I don't know if you could hear my wife say it's nice and cool in the woods. When you're out by the pond and the parking lot, it's freaking hot. But then again, it is August 8th, so what am I complaining about, huh? There's a spider. He was just coming down, now he's on the ground. I was trying to give him some room. Now we're coming up on some of the juvenile trees, because they're kind of big now, but I guess they're taller than me, so they've probably been around for a little bit, but they're still young compared to a lot of these trees. What you
huge nest.
and yes, and I think I'm getting the nest on here. I wish I knew what kind of bird.
A squirrel.
Do squirrels make nests like that?
Sometimes they do.
So, but it is big.
Yeah, it is.
And really cool. Unfortunately, we can't see what lives in it, though. Not quite as big as an eagle's nest at Marsh. At McGee Marsh, we saw an eagle's nest with actual eaglets in it. You could hear the eaglets. That was awesome. As I said, I don't know what that is. Probably maybe, I have no clue. Trying to think of the bigger birds. I was thinking hawks, or I don't really know what kind of nests hawks make, though. Or I think a turkey vulture might need. Yeah, there's I saw it clicking around, but I can't get it on the. Not sure what kind of bird. And I guess even some of the smaller birds, like the grackles and that, might make nests that big. I don't know. Not that a grackle is a small bird. Or a crow. Could be crow. And we're coming up on another bench. So they have plenty of benches that you can sit and enjoy nature and take a rest if you need it. And yeah, this is just way cool today. I'm getting a lot more things, seeing a lot more today than I have in some of the other parks. So at Arcola Creek, I did get those eagles for you. And I wonder if this tree fell and they came and separated it for the path, but left. They left the tree, but just separated it so that people could get through on the trail. That's cool. And you can tell it was a big one by looking at the roots. And it has some kind of fungus. I don't know if that picture of my plant does fungus or not. I want to try. Yeah, my wife is gonna see if the picture of my plant app does the mushroom. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so
Connection, it's saying.
yeah, it's identifying. It's still identifying. We don't have the greatest connection, so I might have to tell you later on. As we walk along, walking on along. Oh, that's riding along on. As we said, I'm very goofy, and my wife will agree with that, won't you, hon?
Yes.
She said yes, very quietly, but I know she wanted to shout it. So now this looks like another trail that I would not go on. You can see it's very rooty and makes it difficult for walkers. And it goes off along into the woods too. I have a feeling that what I said is true, that this just loops around, because it looks like that's what we're going to be doing here. Got a curve coming up on us. Oh boy. I hope you all don't mind the hoo boys and the heavy breathing at times, because I enjoy doing this, and I'm not going to stop, and hopefully you all see some areas that you might not even know of, or if you do, it makes you want to come back out. So actually that trail comes right out here, so it isn't that big of a trail. Got another dead tree that's totally hollow. Yeah, my wife is going to get a little closer for us.
I don't know if you can see that baby toad. Hop around here. Little guy. The hollow clear through. Nice little tunnel.
Okay. And, oops, I'm sorry, hon, I forgot that was on there. I just spilled my wife's water all over the place. Oh, didn't spill, that's good. I don't know if Kathy heard it. I heard this noise going, ah! I was trying to figure out what kind of animal that was while you guys were looking in the tree. Then I realized it's a human animal. So you can, it's just really nice. This is the English ivy growing on the tree there, dead tree. Well, actually, I think it's growing
growing
just
everywhere.
on the ground too. That's, I'm not sure if English ivy is even native to America. I'll have to look that up and talk to you someday about it. Yeah. I guess not. I thought maybe we had a jagger bush, which is not what they call them here, but that's what I call them. They call them thorn bushes. It doesn't thorn me, it jags me, so it's a jagger bush. And another bench. You still good to go?
Yep.
Me too. So we're going to keep going. Yeah, there's a lot of the English ivy.
Yeah,
That's like taking over the whole area here. It's not on this side. That side is English ivy complete and no English ivy over here. And you can see that there's some new maple trees coming up, and the English ivy's not choking them out over here. And what is this that pokeweed? Yeah, no, that's not pokeweed. I'm not sure what that is, other than dying. Yeah, it's totally dried up. Yeah, the pokeweed kind of looks like sumac, but it's not a tree. Oh boy. You can see we came up to a steeper hill. My wife is holding on to me. As I said, we have never been in this area of this park before, so it's all new. Now we got another wooden bridge to go over. One of these days, we might get out to some of the covered bridges. Ooh, you okay?
Just tripped over a rock.
Yeah, I'm the one that's supposed to be tripping. Anyhow, sorry about that. One of these days, we might be getting out to and do some covered bridges for you. As you can see now, we are going uphill. So I'm going to close the camera off for a little bit, and we'll see you when we get on top of the hill. Okay, folks, so we found an area here that we thought was a parking lot to the south entrance, but it's not. As you can see, it's blocked off, and there's people's homes here. When we came down the trail, we saw no public access going to the person's house. I can't figure out how I guess they can open that fence or something to get to their house. But all we can figure is that it's probably an old access. And you got some rocks built up here. So this is really turning into an interesting adventure. And as I said, you're learning stuff that as we are. Any of you locals who watch this video and know about this little area here that looks like a parking lot but isn't a parking lot, tell us about it. I'd appreciate knowing. So now we're gonna head down and up again, presuming that the trail, once we get back up to the trail, and some birds chirping again. Oh, here's a little sumac at Lakeshore Reservation, which we will get some videos of eventually. They have some larger sumac, and at Arcola Creek I showed you larger sumac. But now we get to walk over a wooden bridge again, and I'll show you the little creek or brook that we're going over. Now, is that not the hugest body of water you ever did see? Yes, people, I am being sarcastic. So, and we're going to take a break again. Well, I'm going to try and get up this little bit because I saw something up here a little bit ago that I wanted to show you all. That's one of the trees, one of the fruits of the tree is up here. Oh, we got some English ivy climbing up this tree here. And this one's living. So does the English ivy live off of the thing it's climbing up, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You see it growing on houses.
Oh, well, okay. So my wife tells me that English ivy just grows up because it's ivy, but it is not a parasitic ivy. Because she said it grows off on houses and what have you, so it's not living off of it. So that's good. What did you find? That, you know, the Wandering Woodsman loves this, and he's told me what it is, but my memory is not as good as it used to be. So we're going to get the phone out. Oh, by the way, for the mushroom, it told me plant cannot be identified. So I guess it doesn't do funguses. So while my wife takes that picture and we try to find out what that is, I'm going to show you the monkey ball. I love monkey balls. So with that, I will shut down and take a little break, and we'll see you again in a couple minutes. So we found out what that was, and it's a jack in the pulpit. I've heard of those. I didn't, not sure that I've ever seen them before though. But that is really cool.
Toxic to humans and animals.
Oh, well, it's highly toxic to humans and animals, so if you do find that, don't eat it. And hopefully the animals are smart enough to stay away from it, which I figured they probably are. Now, the monkey balls, that's a different story. The squirrels love monkey balls. I've seen them eating at them. Now, me personally, I've never eaten a monkey ball. I don't know what it would taste like. I'm not sure that humans should be eating them. They might be very good for humans. I just don't know. So, hopefully we're on our way back to the parking lot. See if we have to take any more breaks. Now we're not coming up the benches though for my wife to sit on. They're all in the other area of this path. And the moss is even growing on the stones here. So, and we're coming up to another big dead tree. Lots of forest, but in the forests you find many of the fallen ones, the grandpas and great grandpas like me. Not great, but I'm a grandpa. Look how big that root system was, and you know darn well that it went a lot further underneath the ground. This part of the path is hard to steer the walker with one hand. Yeah, so it's sort of the same path, but it gets a little harder. And at one point, I forgot to mention, when we were taking one of our breaks, we saw a black with light yellow trimming around its wing flying around. But I couldn't get the camera out of the walker quick enough to open it up and show you all. And now we're going back into the sun, but I think I see the parking lot, which means it's not too much further. So this is the northern parking lot, north part of the park, which is very good. I really suggest you all come out and check this park out. Even if you don't live in the area, you can make a vacation. So we have plenty of camps and various hotels. Is that a crabapple tree again?
Yeah.
Got another crabapple tree. So you can stay and you can get out and see the nature and just enjoy this area. I know, as I'm sure you could tell, I got excited with some new stuff and exploring a park that we haven't been to yet. So before we go up the hill for the parking lot, I'm going to sit down and we'll close this out. I want to thank you all for coming to Hidden Valley Park with us, north parking lot off of River Road. And if you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. Subscribe so that you know when other videos come out of mine. And we'll be going on plenty of other adventures. And always remember, if you have to use a wheelchair, walker, cane, whatever you might need to use, don't consider yourself handicapped, because those instruments make you handy capable. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day.